EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up with the Cleveland Browns. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And their quarterback, well, everyone knows he's got height, standing at 6'6".
And frankly, this is the type of game that a great quarterback relishes, because 0-2 on the road, everything's against him and his team. No one can expect them to win. Sometimes you band together real tight in that situation, and if he plays really well, they've got a chance to get that done.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Second and 11 now. Back to throw. Swan. Can't get away, and he's taken down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. Well, these sacks are really piling up. Last week, it was a half-dozen sacks. And here's one on the opening drive.
And it has the potential to be what we call a gap, a game-altering play. Because, let's face it, you just mentioned 6 sacks last week. Now, if you're an offense and you saw that on tape, you've got to think to yourself, maybe I bring people in, keep them in, and try and protect my quarterback. It didn't work on that play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. The Browns send out their punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3".
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
2nd and 5. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing.
seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 49-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They'll set up a throw. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
And tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. They'll set up to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
And on now is the punter, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30.
Here we go. When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now they try the right side here. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. When you think about the strong safety position, they're the more bulkier guys in the free safety, but that time great athleticism to hustle in and break up that play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Swan finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Swan. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. To throw on 3rd down. Swan. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Well, that is a running back who is not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
And according to the Next Gen stats, he covered nearly 40 yards after that initial contact. No going for two. They'll kick the point after. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns. So that drive goes 8 plays. And a pretty good run there in the end to top it off. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Now a play fake here on first down. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. And what a big-time play there.
You ask tight ends about their favorite routes to run, and surprisingly, this will pop up as one of their staples because they run so many routes in the middle of the field. How about this one? Starts downfield, bends it to the corner, great touch on the football, and they turn that one into a big play.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They're going to look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Back to throw here. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Bisons are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. 5 plays there on that drive. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Well, they had to go the length of the field last time out to get into the end zone. And with this starting field position, they're going to have to pretty much do it again.
And I think the thought process going into it is, hey, if you have to be methodical, go ahead and do that. But what you really want are a couple of big plays. Eat up chunks of yardage and cut down the number of times you have to snap the football.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Off the bootleg, Swan. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Throwing on first down. Swan. Flushed out right. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
These two teams all tied after one. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Let's go. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Swan. And his throw here's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again. Swan. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. And now here's a carry heading left. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. A handoff as they run the counter play. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Hands it off out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Back to throw. Swan. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. And his kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the 3.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either way.
Not the time, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure that his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. On third down, he'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. 5 yards remain on second down. Back to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 45-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. 6 yards left on second down. And here's a handoff out of the gun. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. On 3rd down, Barlow, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, 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 and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. This from 54 yards away. And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
So here are the Browns to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line. On 1st down, Swan. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
On 1st and 10, Swan. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. And to give this time to the tailback. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
The Browns on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Swan. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Remaining in the first half, 10-7, our score. The Browns send out their punter now. They'll boot it away from about his 35. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Now, they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got it. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
And these two hooked up on a nice gain to play before, and I always admire play callers that see a play that works and go right back to it, so they went right back to him. The reward, they're set up with 1st and goal.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. He'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we will skip the highlight show this week, get right back to this Week 3 matchup. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. And here comes a big tight end as he gets set for this next drive. And some of his highlights here from this game, he's nearing 100 yards, partner.
And defensive have worked so hard at how to try to slow down tight ends. It was a lot easier, partner, in the old days because when they just lined up on the line of scrimmage, either put a defensive end or a linebacker over them and tried to body them so they couldn't get off the line of scrimmage easy.
And now?
Now, when they split out, detach from the line of scrimmage, you put a linebacker out there, they're often too elusive for them, shake them and get into the secondary too easily before someone else can try and pick them up.
A good gain on first, has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40 to mark him down at the 39.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 38. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Page. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to take this down close to a 1st down at the Browns' 15-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. And he'll give it here to his running back. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That right there, good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there. Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. Page, and they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. They'll try to run this one in, and he will take this one in for a touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out, and the Bisons are able to move back in front. Hard to argue with that being their best drive of the game so far as they use the running game to get them into the end zone.
Couldn't agree more, partner. Prior to that drive, they sputtered a little bit, but it looks like they found the formula. I would expect them to go back to that more and more as this game develops.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And that makes it 14-10. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
Let's go.
Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved. That's going to set them back 5 yards. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Back to throw. Swan. Buying time to his left. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
Here we go.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. Stiff-armed him. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
Let's go. Get excited. Let's go. Let's go.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he's got some space here. Past the 20. Pushing his way through. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns have retaken the lead.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Point after try forthcoming. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards. And a long run there in the end to top it off. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taking it about the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Let's go.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. It sees the lead there for a little bit with a starting drive in the third quarter, but a moment ago the touchdown that puts them back behind.
So their defense is under siege a little bit right now because they have not able to solve their opponents. So they've got to keep hammering away on offense and try and win this one in what appears to be a shootout.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now back to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third.
We've got to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. They'll look to throw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. So they bring out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And as we peer at the numbers, he got off to a struggling start, but since then really found his rhythm.
And I think that comes together with not just the halftime adjustments, but just that quiet confidence. If you just keep doing the things you've been working on, eventually there'll be creases. You know, find those gaps in the defense, keep working on them, and maybe what didn't happen very well for you in the beginning of the game, it starts to open up as the game moves on.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Swan. And he can't escape, and down he goes. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
The Browns send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. 2nd and 9 now. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 38. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On second down, it's Page, and he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Going to give this time to the tailback. And a short gain here down to the 22. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. They'll drop to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. They'll look to throw here. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the first down. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up 4th down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. And his kick is right there. It's good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The Browns drive about to get started. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this 4th quarter. Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's second down. Looking to throw on second down. Swan. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Major used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And the question, can they turn that interception into points? A tie game for the moment in the fourth quarter. On first down, it's Page. 50 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Looking to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Back to throw now on first down. That's complete right around the 8. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Here's 2nd and a yard. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting one more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. Well, they sit him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to break our fourth quarter tie. And his kick is good. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. Cleveland offense making their way out. And they really need to forget about their last time out, the turnover that led to a field goal. So now they try to regroup, trailing in the final quarter. Obviously, they'd love a touchdown, but 3 would suffice. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Throwing on first down, Swan. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
On first down, Swan. Under pressure, and down he goes. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. To throw on second down, Swan. Got a man and he hits him in stride. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Back to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up fourth down. Gosh, given the time in the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so. But it's hard to get a receiver to drop a football. They're trained to catch everything.
So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. We've seen some big kicks in the NFL the last few years, and that one might just rank right up there.
And you know you can hear the crowd react, right? But I was focused in on the sideline and watched them absolutely erupt. I don't know how many of them thought that he was actually going to make that kick, but how about how they felt when the ball went over the post.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage, well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Now a first throw here in overtime. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That could give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off, but in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up fourth. Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Part 1 is done, now part 2. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. And he'll give it here to his running back. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. On 1st and 10, Swan. In trouble, and he's taken down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on 2nd.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
2nd and 21, a lot of ground to cover. Looking to throw. Swan. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they'll go on the ground. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
The Browns send out their punter now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. On play action, they'll throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, Page. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Two minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. And they'll send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Gets around him. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Neither team scored yet. Now we go to sudden death. Next points win this game.
How about the tension right now? It is ratcheted up, isn't it? I mean, now whatever happens, points are scored. That's your ball game. Can't wait to see the defense now. Do they get a little more aggressive in order to not let the team just drive the ball easily down the field?
Gotta be careful, though, right?
Yeah, if you're too aggressive, you just give up something easy and cheap. But some defensive coordinators, they'd rather take a stand that way as opposed to being nickeled and dimed down the field.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Back to throw. Swan. Pressure comes and down he goes. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards. A 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down. The defense does its job. Now they're going to get the ball here in overtime with a chance to win it.
Major league kudos to them because to get the ball back in this spot, everything was on them. It had to happen, and they pulled it off. They'll get it back for their offense with a chance to win.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense.
And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. He's padding his already great numbers here in overtime. More importantly, though, moving his guys downfield.
And I think that's exactly what's going through his head right now. Moving them downfield, putting them in a position to win the game. The stats, that's for the fantasy guys. I know they're enjoying that show.
And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. This to win it in overtime. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. Now remember, this one is not over, but with the time running short here in this overtime, that could very well be the game winner.
Yeah, remember now, the other team does get a possession, but when the clock runs out, that's it. So that was a well-calculated drive to use up the majority of the clock and leave your opponent with little to no time left.
And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the home team here, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Tennessee Titans come to town. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Baltimore Ravens come to town.